Yo, what's good, BeBackGaming fam? It's your boy BeBack back with another deep dive review. And today we're tackling God Save Birmingham, a medieval zombie survival game set in 14th century England. Sounds like a wild pitch, right? But is this early access title from Ocean Drive Studio a gritty survival gem? Or does it stumble like a zombie tripping over a bucket? No sponsors here, just my honest thoughts. Stick around for gameplay breakdowns, pros, cons, and my final verdict. Hit that like button if you're ready to survive the undead plague, and let's dive in. So, what is God Save Birmingham? Developed by Ocean Drive Studio and published with Cacao Games. This is an open-world survival game, where you're the last soul alive in a zombie-infested 14th century Birmingham. Think Days meets medieval dynasty, but with a lot more gore. The game's in early access on Steam, with no official release date yet, and it's promising a sandbox experience with physics-based mechanics, crafting, and a painstakingly recreated medieval town. But here's the tea, the gameplay trailers have raised some eyebrows. Some folks on Reddit and YouTube are calling it too scripted, with animations that look straight out of The Last of Us. Others are hyped for its unique setting. Today, I'm breaking it all down based on what we know from demos, trailers, and hands-on impressions at PAX West 2024. Let's get into the meat of God Save Birmingham. The core loop is survival. You forage for food, water, and supplies, craft tools and weapons, and try not to become zombie chow. The setting is a recreated 14th century Birmingham, with markets, taverns, and St. Martin's Church in the Bull Ring. The devs are leaning hard into historical accuracy, well, minus the zombies, of course. Survival mechanics, hunger, thirst, and exhaustion meters are front and center. You're scavenging for eggs, bread, or meat to keep those bars filled, which is great for hardcore survival fans but might annoy players who hate micromanaging. One Reddit user pointed out that crouch walking for stealth burns way too many calories, which is hilarious but kinda immersion breaking. In the PAX demo, surviving felt tough because food and water were scarce, and zombies were everywhere. Physics-based gameplay. The game's big selling point is its physics system. You can stack furniture to block doors, leap fences to trip zombies, or even chop off their limbs to slow them down. I love the idea of turning a zombie into an angry, wriggling torso with a well-aimed pitchfork swing, but some trailer moments, like looting an apple with a perfect animation, feel too polished, raising red flags about how real this is in-game. The PAX demo showed promise, but the dileming system was clunky in pre-alpha. Combat and stealth. No guns here, just medieval weapons like pitchforks, swords, and shields. Armor can prevent bites, which is a cool touch. Combat is satisfying when it works, but the demo had issues with zombies overwhelming you too fast. Stealth is an option, but the AI seems inconsistent based on trailer footage. You're supposed to outsmart the horde, but sometimes it feels like you're just running for your life. World and story. The world looks gorgeous for an indie title, with Unreal Engine powering detailed environments. But Birmingham wasn't a major hub in the 1300s, so the bustling market town vibe feels a bit exaggerated. There's a story with multiple endings planned, but early access focuses on the sandbox mode, with a campaign coming later. Alright, let's weigh this up. What's God Save Birmingham doing right? And where's it tripping over its own buckets? Pros: unique setting. A medieval zombie apocalypse is fresh. No other game is doing 14th century Birmingham like this. Physics mechanics. Stacking furniture or chopping limbs feels innovative, even if it's rough around the edges. Historical vibes. The attention to medieval architecture, like St. Martin's Church, adds immersion for history nerds. Sandbox potential. The devs want a true sandbox with player feedback shaping it, which could be amazing if they deliver. Cons: scripted trailer vibes. The gameplay trailers look too good to be true, and Reddit's calling it out. I'm skeptical about polish. Micromanagement overload. Hunger and thirst meters are brutal, and the exhaustion system feels punishing. Early access risks. This is pre-alpha, and demos show it's far from finished. Could be a long wait for the full experience. Historical accuracy nitpicks. Birmingham wasn't a big deal in the 1300s, so the scale feels off for purists. So, is God Save Birmingham worth your time? Right now, it's a promising but rough early access title. The medieval zombie concept and physics mechanics are super intriguing, but the scripted trailers and pre-alpha jank make me cautious. If you love survival games and don't mind a work in progress, wishlisted it on Steam and keep an eye on updates. For everyone else, wait until it's closer to 1.0. I'm giving it a tentative 7/10 for potential, but it's got work to do. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk zombies. That's a wrap on God Save Birmingham. If you enjoyed this review, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more no BS game reviews. Check out our playlist for other survival game deep dives. Got a game you want us to review? Shout it out in the comments. Until next time, stay safe from the undead, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.